Hello, hope you're doing alright. Had a good weekend. Hello, hope you're doing alright. Had a good weekend. Hello, hope you're doing alright. Had a good weekend. Hello, hope you're doing alright. Thank you, Twitch, for the echo there. For some reason, my Twitch decided to... Yeah, for some reason, my Twitch decided to redirect to my channel when I went live. I normally have like a creator dashboard up in the background, and for some reason today, it decided to redirect to my channel, which then echoed everything else. So enjoy the spooky echo intro. Basically just continuing this week as we started, really. It was a cool effect. It was totally intentional. Just own it, it was intentional. You have a stream suggestion, lobby 23 or 24. I like the colour on 23. I'll have a look. I mean, the main reason is 21. Partly is because I like the episode 3 lobby, but also because it's kind of skylight colour, sort of. Messing with the secret sauce. Right, let's have a look at... I'll have a look at 23 and 24 then, just so I can see them. The 23, you see, I get why you like the colour. I get it. So let's say 24. See, I do like purple, and that is kind of like a taker theme, I guess, but we'll stick with 21 for now because people know that's where we go. So yeah, once again, we've managed to pick the worst week to play PSO, in that it is Experience Week. I really need to have a look at the Ephinea sort of schedule and try and do the PSO stream so when it's Red Drop Week. So we have a chance of finding anything. Yeah, according to the wiki, apparently it is Experience Week. I have misjudged it catastrophically. Might change the hue seal. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to level anyone, now is the time to do it. Hi, Victor. So in the hopes of saving this stream, what's the RBR for this week? Please be something good. Sweep up 1 is Forest. Penumbral Surge 4 and New Mop up 4. I can't remember what Penumbral Surge 4 is. You find that lobby 21 matches the cards that hover over the counter. I mean, this was, from what I remember, this is pretty much the episode 3 lobby as it was. I don't know if the other colours were used. Maybe they were. I didn't replay episode 3 much online, honestly, so I can't remember much of what it looked like. Hi, Zell. So yeah, just while people are getting in, just a few updates. So, hello, Vector. So at the start, you probably saw on the starting soon screen the schedule that was totally wrong, you know, continuing the completely scuffed theme for this week. So I mentioned this on the community post, which I've also put on the Discord as well, but the Monday uploads that I would normally do for members, I'm going to move those to a Tuesday going forward, just because it gives me an extra day to work on things. I was finding I was rushing a bit to try and get the members' videos out. So I'm moving those to a Tuesday. As a result, they will tend to go live a few days later to everyone else. So instead of maybe being a Wednesday for everyone else, it might be Thursday. We might maybe change things around a bit more as well. As for what the members' videos are going to be going forward, it's going to be a mixture of things. So some of the Monster Hunter videos will be members first. Some Fantasy Star videos will be members first as well. But they'll still always be the weekend upload as well, which will be for everyone. And the other videos will just be members first. I don't really want to do members only videos at this point because simple fact is I just don't think it's worth doing at this point. I'm happy to do members first videos where members get early access to them, but yeah, that'll be it for now. Hi, Drac. When's merch? A long way off. Yeah, quite a while off for merch yet. In other news, I have now finally beaten the story of Phantasy Star Zero. Hi, Vomzel. Ceased Forest shirts. You appreciate the members' early way of doing it. I just like to, you know, give my members like some incentive really for having the membership. I know a lot of you guys are supporting because you want to support, which is, you know, really cool. But I want to give you guys something for the membership as well. So even if it's only like a couple of days early access to some videos, it's something. But yeah, I finally beaten the story of Phantasy Star Zero. So what I'm going to do is, at some point in the next couple of days, I am going to record a Phantasy Star Zero video, which is going to be sort of my impressions of the game overall, having now beaten the story. That will go live to members first. Fala fam shirts, yeah, if only. So also, from the following week, we're probably going to start rolling out some of the Monster Hunter content as well. Just try and vary things up a bit. If only. We'll make it happen. Yeah, maybe down the line. I'm not against doing much later, but yeah, probably not yet. So yeah, unfortunately, it is a little bit of a dead week on PSO. I honestly can't remember what Penumbral Surge 4 is. I'm assuming that it's either Seabed or CCA, I'm guessing. Maybe Seabed. Make one day today. So yeah, there will be some Phantasy Star Zero content coming for people who enjoyed the first video that I did on it and the stream as well. So if you like Phantasy Star Zero, keep an eye out for that. It's Central Control Area, okay. So you're saying there's a chance of SGS. I'm saying that I haven't looked at how many Gigus there is in that quest. I liked SectionSkyly before he got 20 million followers, t-shirt went. Well, maybe when I get 20 million followers, that would make logical sense. The new mop-up is met as well. Let's have a look at the enemy counts. The new SectionSkyly novelty checkbook and pen are just fabulous. Okay, so it's sweep up 1 and new mop up 4. I'm going to assume sweep up 1 is garbage because most forest quests are. So yeah, it is not brilliant. Sweep up 1, probably not worth doing. And new mop up 4 has a lot of Pyro Gorons and Gorons, so probably good for Heaven Strike farming. It has 1 Gert to Blulu. And then lastly, Penumbral Surge 4. Has 8 Gigus, which is not great. Has a lot of Geese, a lot of Ulgibbons. So that might be quite good for... Is it Pinkle that gets lame from Ulgibbons? Because it could be good for that. if anyone still needs a lame. It's pink gold, fair enough. Yes, that's an option. I don't know if it's worth running on Skyly, honestly, because 8 gig uses may as well be nothing. To the drop charts. Well, let's start off then. Do you want to do a Red Rhea new mop of 4 for Heaven Striker? It's good experience, I guess, with it being Ultimate Desert. Sure you don't mind sitting out, Drac? And it's always awkward when we've got 5 people. You can also sit out. So we go from 5 to 3. We should do an SGS Copium mug. I'll sit out as well, you can duo. And then Zil sits out, so I solo. And you just watch me for solo for the stream. Well, I will make a game. You don't have a Red Rhea, that is fine by me. I am a Red Rhea. If you need another, you can log on so you get 2 teams of 3. Solo stream featuring Force I. I mean, yeah, Vobzel, I mean, if you want to log on, we could do 2 teams of 3. That'd work as well. Charge weapon solo. Yeah, just melee for new world run again. We did that once on stream and that was enough. Yeah, no worries, Vomzel. Yeah, so we can do 2 teams of 3 then once Vomzel gets here. Honestly, it feels like ages since I played PSO. It probably isn't. It's probably only a couple of weeks, but it feels like much longer. No spamming emotes in PSO, unfortunately. I've got to say though, doing PS0, the last boss was not fun doing that at level 25. With no escape dolls. Drac probably has PS0 in the background just in case he sits out. Yeah, so LJP is saying, when do we get a Squidward symbol chat in PSO from Vector? Since that's apparently what you've been spending your time in PS0 doing. I can imagine it's a little bit harder in PSO. So what we'll do then is, while Vomzel's getting on, I'll make the first team, and we'll do 2 teams of 3. We'll just try and split it up roughly evenly. Yeah, I suppose it's a good choice. Yeah, we could do 1 Red Rhea and 1 Green Hill, because I think they both get Heaven Striker anywhere. So I'll make 1 anywhere. Lobby 21 music. Is it RDR week? It is not RDR week. It is experience week. So password as always is stream. Yeah, we've picked the perfect week for this, really. I need to try and balance it so that we play PSO during the rare drop weeks and then do the other games when PSO is not on its rare drop week. These clearing quests on 0. Just out of curiosity for 0, once you've beaten the story, obviously I know you unlock hard. Do you have to do story quests on hard, or do you just do all the the free quests that show up to unlock later things? Or do you have to actually go through all the story again? You have to do side hard mode story quests. They have dialogue too, including the Eternal Tower. Oof. Tower takes 5 hours. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, I did see that the tower quest had popped up in my quest list. I was too scared to try it though. Hawkins did it on his 3DS, he gave up probably. 5 hours does seem a little bit excessive. You forgot the controls. I did wonder why I dropped a telepipe there. Yeah, that is the problem with going backwards and forwards between different Phantasy Star games constantly. Yeah, just a casual 1000 experience from a Goran. No big deal. I mean, I'll probably try the tower at some point, but I don't know when yet. We have got all 3 weapons, yeah. We are literally using Tsumakuji Sword, Heaven Punisher, and Psycho Wand. Absolutely stacked team. We've completed PSO between us. Ignore all the other incredibly rare stuff that we haven't found. Another thing I should probably mention, so a video went live earlier today, which is another PSO video. It's another one of the guide videos since I haven't done one for a little while. It's just a guide to the Black Papers Deal quests. I'd actually forgotten that there is a little bit of lore in those quests as well, so there's a little bit of a bonus bit of lore in there for you as well. Next, you need to build a team with Dark Floor, Dark Meteor, and Dark Bridge. By the way, still have Phantasy Star and Sega Ages on Twitch. Fair enough. I'll sort that in a second. Phantasy Star I'm fine keeping because we are playing a Phantasy Star. No, it's not Phantasy Star, but it is a Phantasy Star. But yeah, I'll just do the one now, actually. Just give me 2 seconds. I know why it's happened. I know the music will have stopped as well. Just give me a second. Yeah, there we go. That should update. Maybe I'm playing with viewers since you might get some new viewers that way. Yeah, I could do. I might do it after this quest. It's kind of another problem of using Restream. So with Restream, when you use it in OBS, you can basically update your stream details from there. But I always forget that it doesn't update your tags for you. It just updates your stream title. So that's probably why it's happened, because I did it from Restream today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see how Restream goes, honestly. I think I mentioned this last time, but been having a lot of problems with it over the last few weeks, so we'll just see how it goes for the next couple of weeks or so, and then I'll make a decision on what I'm gonna do with it. It seems okay today, thankfully. Oh, hi. We have a green boy. Oh, it's only a flamberge. I mean, I'll take it. I mean, it's got terrible percents, but... Trying to shape the constant eBay which you got over there last week. Yeah, congrats on winning that guitar on eBay. I saw you posted that you'd won it. But again, it's just kind of proving the point with PSO that the rare enemies always show up when it's not rare enemy week. So, Mist, are you using the filter on Heaven Punisher now where you always do Divine Punishment? Oh, nice one. I just realised actually the Vector's 196. Not too long until 200. I'm guessing Minsk is probably really close to it as well. Memory saves, I think we were about to hit 200 with Minsk, and then he had a lot of computer problems. So hopefully we can get it to 200 soon. It's like, yeah, LJP, you won. You don't need to see someone stole it. Yeah, I will say on the subject of Phantasy Star Zero, now that I've beaten it, I will say, without spoiling what I'm going to put in the video too much, I really don't like any of the bosses. Any of them. Enjoy the game, but yeah, the bosses are not it. Not that PSO's bosses are fantastic either, because they're not. You enjoyed them all? I just find them kind of irritating, honestly. Worth noting, Sky doesn't play games that have skill requiring bosses. I played through most of Armored Core 6. Most of. Praise the sun. Yeah, AC6 is great. It just... I think I was playing through it and then, as what normally happens, is something else released and distracted me, and then never went back to it. Yeah, Balteus was a nightmare. I played at release, so I fought pre-nerf Balteus, and I think it took me about 40 attempts to beat him. Oddly, I didn't have that much trouble with the spider boss, though, which a lot of people struggle with. You had a hard time with Balteus or Spider. Perfect weapon. Charge club. Thank you. I mean, I'm gonna try it. Almost quit Phantasy Star 1 from the first enemy. I think I'm doing alright in Phantasy Star 1 now. So far. Yeah, the really funny thing with AC6 was all the people are getting absolutely filtered by the tutorial boss, the helicopter. I mean, yeah, it's not an easy boss, really, until you know what you're doing, but... Was there any reason Force Weapons only went up to red quality? Honestly, no idea. It's just one of the weird things about PSO, that for some reason they just never made the yellow versions. So, are we lost? Yeah, get filtered, get filtered, get filtered. The funny thing is, as well, is about that helicopter boss is that once you know the strat for it, it's actually pretty simple. Literally just use like the buildings for cover and then just dash towards them and use the sword. And yeah, red is the highest for the force weapons for some reason. No idea why. I played the old Armored Core games. I played a tiny bit of... It might have been maybe the first Armored Core, but I mean, very, very casually. I think it was like around a friend's house for half an hour or so. And I played a tiny bit of For Answer. For Answer I dropped almost immediately at the time because the control scheme just completely threw me. I found it incredibly like unusual control scheme. I think with AC6 I got used to it relatively easily. But yeah, at the time AC4 For Answer just threw me completely. game that I always felt accomplishment for beating bosses was Ninja Gaiden Black. Got to a point where you just did not have the skills to progress. Yeah, I mean, I think most of the Ninja Gaiden games are brutal, aren't they? I seem to remember playing one Ninja Gaiden game on the... I think it was on Xbox 360, I think it was. I remember that being incredibly tough. Oh, we got Lieutenant gear. I'm trying. I'm trying to get the hit in. Heard that For Answer is one of the better ones. They try to do them in order and it's still only partway through AC1. I'm sensing a theme with this quest. You load up your old garden save, you immediately get bum rushed by a group of ninjas with exploding shurikens and immediately die. Yeah, I do really like AC6. It is a really, really good game. It's just that it's one of those games where I do get to a point with it where the skill needed is far beyond what I have. On the subject of AC and FromSoft anyway, has anyone heard any more about the Kadokawa announcements? Do we know if Sony has bought them or not? Sure as hell hope not. Yeah, likewise. That's true. I've been trying to hit things with charge on this club, and it's not even teched. So charge is not going to work. No decision has been made at this time. Oh, the bot's back. Hi, bot. We haven't seen you for a few months. One of those cheap view spam bots showed up on a stream the other day with the best username, Carpeted Slack. Yeah, I really, really hope that Sony don't buy Kadokawa. I just can't see it being good for anyone apart from Sony. Nope, fought and drop. I don't think that was from a Paragoran, so I think I'm okay. It'll be Concord all over again. Like, how many more huge failures can we get this year? I am struggling to think of a year where there's been so many catastrophic failures as there's been this year. Yeah, Unknown 9 was another one, yeah. So we've had what? There was it Concord, Dustborn? I mean, I don't think Dustborn was predicted to be big anyway, but yeah, Concord definitely. Unknown 9. Right, what else there was there that's flopped up? Because like, I know there's been a lot about Dragon Age Veilguard. That is still getting players. I know maybe it's not as much as people want, but what was that other one you mentioned? Kinzara Zhao. I don't think I've even heard of that. Yeah, I don't really know enough about Veilguard to really go too much on one side. I will say I'm not a fan of like the character designs in it. And I've seen some pretty cringy scenes from it as well, but I don't feel like I'm really in a position to judge it either way. It's not really my kind of game anyway, so I was never going to be like target market for it anyway. You stop playing after Dragon Age Origins. The dialogue is awful. I did see some weird scene in it. I think it was where there was some like a group of people together and one of them was talking, and I think the implication was that they misgendered someone and someone just started doing press-ups. I don't know the exact reason for it, but it was just weird. Hi, Pika. I remember this quest, actually. That wasn't too bad, actually. No Heaven Striker, though. Sad. I'm expecting nothing this stream with it being experience week. Your opinion is not very good, so you'll get your mouth shut. I think it's obviously a very, very divisive game. There are some people who are defending it aggressively. There are some people who are hell-bent on just ripping it to bits. I'm trying to look at it objectively. I've come to the conclusion with it really that it's just not a game for me, personally. Is there something going on in Ephinea? Absolutely nothing at the minute. So it's just the normal experience boost week. So I said at the start of the stream that I really need to schedule the PSO streams better so that we play it during Rare Drop week. Dragon Age Origins is good. Okay. Oh, Scorn got a Heaven Striker with Machine. Oh, nice. Congrats on that. You got a PD. The duality of PSO. Try to keep away from those kind of discussions now. It's good for the brain. Yeah, I totally agree. There's enough crap in the world at the minute. You don't need to add to it. Yeah, apparently Skull got a Heaven Striker. I mean, we're not empty-handed. We got a Flamberge. It's a terrible percent, so I'm just going to team point it. So I've got a 40 hit one anywhere, so is it Galatine at home? Not every game is going to suit every person, that's fine. But unless something is 100% objectively bad, like literal scam games, they all have merit. Personally can't stand Fortnite, but you can't say it's an objectively bad game because it clearly isn't. It's just not for me. Yeah, I mean, I personally, again, can't stand Fortnite, but it's obviously doing something right for the amount of people playing it. Unlurking, just say you 100% agree with this take. Hi, Brendan. Hope you're doing alright. That's kind of insane. A 55 hit charge club. Sure. Yeah, it has just unfortunately become this thing where it's almost like a bandwagon where people start to rally against something and then everyone just jumps on the bandwagon. I mean, to tie that into Phantasy Star, NGS is a perfect example of that. I'm well aware that there is a lot of problems with NGS. I cover this all the time. But there is also a lot of people who just jump on NGS for no reason. Can I get a 55 hit ones on PS0? Thanks. They're so good in Zero. The daily NGS slander. It is though. I mean, if you go on the PSO2 Reddit, don't, by the way. Yeah, like most of Reddit is just people slagging the game off, and it's like, these will be the first people who are complaining when Phantasy Star doesn't come back to the West again. Like, we all know there's problems with the game. We don't need people to continually bring it up and just slag it off for no reason. That's my take on it anyway. You should see the farming simulator Reddit. Apparently FS25 is just FS22 copy-pasted. I love the idea of there being drama on the farming simulator Reddit. Darkfalls is hiding. You don't really hit NGS, it's just something you can't do for now. I totally appreciate that. You know, it is not for everyone. You know, same with any game really. It's never going to appeal to everyone. Me personally, I enjoy it for what it is. I wish they would fix some of the issues with it, but it is almost like there's like a campaign of negativity against the game, which is just irritating to deal with, honestly. I would say it didn't happen back on PSO, but yeah, it was probably just as bad, if not worse. I think that's what it is, yeah. Yeah, I just love the idea that the farming simulator Reddit is just full of like people losing their shit. Just let me leave the planet. If it's not Raggle, I'm not staying. Well, who knows, you know, if we're tying it to PS0, maybe there'll be a great blank on Alpha and then we'll have to leave. Right, so we've done a run for Heaven Striker. So we can either do another run or we can switch it over to something else. Mother Safeto. Is anyone actually after any rares on PSO? I know most people have just been playing a lot of Phantasy Star Zero recently, so PSO has probably been on the back burner. Yeah, no, it's gone. I mean, if all else fails, we could just do XR or something. A good experience. Yeah, I'm kind of the same, miss. So I think, well, for Taker and for my Funnywell, they're both pretty much at the gear I want them at. SGS. I mean, we could do SGS. If people really want to subject themselves, cheeky PW4 run for SGS. At least one run. So, who wants to go Skyly for it? I can get my Hunuel if you want me to. I'm happy for anyone else to host it as well if they want to. PS4 has a few gig. I think it has 8 in total. But it's not the best quest for them. We could do PW2. Actually, sorry, it'd be PW1 for SGS. 2 is the one with Mountain. Yeah, 1 is Jungle and Seaside. You can bring Skylar Rim out. Yeah, no worries. That's gone. Yeah, we're just setting up some Skylight games for cheeky SGS chance. You like the vid today? Thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully it's useful, particularly for people who are new to PSO. Black Pepper Steel is really, really good for, particularly for slightly low level players, because it lets you get some really early access to some good gear. So it is worth doing. Even later on, it's good as well for getting things like Jewel Bird. Well, last one, Master Rave, and then you combine them. To get 2 Skylight, we won't have forces. I don't think it'd be too bad. I mean, Phantasmal World 1's not too bad. It's a pretty simple quest, honestly. A few mirror carols in the jungle part, but apart from that, it's not too bad. But yeah, I wanted to do another PSO guide just because I appreciate it. It's been a little while since I've done like a more guide-focused video. There's been a lot of, you know, sort of lore-focused ones recently, which I know some people really like, but I know that some people also want the more sort of guide-based ones instead. So I don't know how you want to split it for these Skylight games. So obviously we have 6 people, so we could do 2 teams of 3 again, potentially. I can go and get my Skylight if you want me to host another game. I honestly can't remember if anyone else has a Skylight. I think 2-3s is probably the best way to do it, yeah. Yeah, sure, miss. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get a force, then I'll switch over to my hunter instead. That sounds good. I'll go and get her. Again, using a level 200 character and experience week. You had Monster Hunter World on your PS4 and then sold it when it came out on PC. Yeah, I think I would only ever play it PC now. Wii U, you bought for 2 games, now one of them is coming to Switch. You literally only have Monster Hunter 3 U on the Wii U. I mean, to be fair, back in the day, I literally bought my GameCube for PSO, so... 3U is on only 3U is on your Wii U, and you gave it to your nephew. This game name is longer than the game itself. Yeah, I haven't added it yet, Killing the Ath. I'm going to add it probably during the week, so probably for either the midweek stream or next weekend it should be set up. Yeah, so yeah, PSO is online at the minute, so there are private servers that run the game. So if you do want to play PSO online, you still can. So this server is called Ephinea, which I think I've mentioned it in the description of the video on YouTube. I think it's in the Twitch title as well, actually. Yes, it is. So that's the name of the server. So you just go to their website and you just download the client from there, and you can play it from there. Yeah, it generally has quite a lot of people online as well, so it's pretty well populated. Okay, so Drax got a game set up there, so there's one more slot in Drax game, and I'll make a second one as well. Just feel free to join whichever you want to. You may have added stuff to Discord soundboard. I didn't actually know that people could just add to it. Neither did you until you tried. Okay, so we will get started. You think it's a Nitro thing? Okay. Yeah, I do not have Discord Nitro, so I wouldn't know. Emergency code attack. It's up to you if you want to do a jungle or seaside first. I'm gonna guess you've gone to jungle. I was right. The only issue with this quest is sometimes the spawns in jungle don't work properly. So we'll see if stuff actually spawns. Please work. Hey, good. Yeah, just immediately get to stag cutlery. I refuse to waste soul atomizers getting rid of that. Honestly, feels kind of nice playing PSO again. I know it hasn't been that long since we played, maybe a couple of weeks, but because I've been bouncing between so many different fantasy stars recently, just nice to come back to it again. I think, isn't there a sin or something if you go up here? I can't remember now. Yes, there is. Also, yeah, chance of heaven Punisher from these. Absolutely no chance. PSO does feel like home. I mean, to be fair, it is what the channel kind of was built around, so it makes sense. Yeah, I know we haven't played as much recently compared to when we started streaming, but I think we've got a pretty decent balance at the moment between the games. You have to hold your hands up and admit that the dungeon BGM from Phantasy Star 1 really was starting to do your head in. Yeah, it's fine for a bit, but it's a very short loop, isn't it? So you do get sick of it quite quick. But it is cool though that when you play PSO and you hear the temple music that you know where it comes from. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'd always been under the impression that PSO just had its own soundtrack, but you realise that the majority of the soundtrack is picked up from other Phantasy Stars. Oh, we got a Justy. Definitely feels like home now. PS2 version tweaks the dungeon theme in different dungeons. It's the same thing, but a bit different sometimes. You got a Varista with 5 hit. T-shirt design idea. A pile of red boxes and labels like Justy and Stag Cutlery titled Trash Rares. Justy for sale as well. I would say it's ramping up, but it's a bit of a ramp up to go from Justy's to Seal J Sword. Oh, I didn't even notice that's another. Yeah, I'm hoping over maybe over the next couple of weeks that I might be able to start rolling out some of the more Monster Hunter content as well. I'm really looking forward to doing it. Obviously, now that the PSP2 playthrough is done, it gives me a bit more freedom to be able to do that. Vector, did you berserk too hard? dug back an Excalibur, you've missed it. It is definitely one of the worst sounding weapons in PSO for sure. In the jungle, straight up zerking it. Never liked the spread needle sound. I mean, it doesn't sound like a powerful weapon, really. I think it's my main sort of criticism of it. And to be fair, I suppose it isn't a powerful weapon, really. It is quite weak. S-rank needles, not so much, but the spread needle in particular is pretty weak. Great weapon, but yeah, not for damage. Using a Mazer Beam, it's just under. Mazer Beam is such a weird weapon. It sounds like a really cool weapon, but for some reason they just didn't balance it well. I genuinely don't know if anyone can make Mazer Beam actually do good damage. Mirror Carol Cannon just one-shots everything. Yeah, if only. It's the very definition of a normal mode rare. Oh yeah, switch here. Make sure you get it. Yeah, it's kind of weird with Mazer Beam. The damage on it is really, really low generally. But the fact is, it needs to generally be in... I think it's normally ultimate mode drop. I don't know if it drops below ultimate. Maybe in very hard for some IDs. And I know you can upgrade it to the Power Mazer, but I think even Power Mazer is not great either. It's a great gun for opening boxes. That's about the best praise I can give Mazer Beam. Or Power Mazer. Oh, you missed the camera button. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is that what it is? Because I'm to level 2. It's just such a weird weapon. There's a few weapons like that in PSO though, you know, not everything is usable. There are some things that are just kind of main weapons. Well, Bell Cannon is kind of another one that springs to mind. Again, it's a really cool idea behind a weapon, but I don't know how useful it is. Dancing Hit the Gatler is another one. Oh, another Stag Cutlery for Vector. Even some Ubers are useless. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you think about the Uber rares, I mean, I guess... particularly back on Sega Blue Burst, really Heaven Punisher was outclassed by Heaven Striker. I know that obviously Heaven Punisher had the advantage that it could do Divine Punishment without needing the Striker unit. but as a gun, it is a much weaker gun. And obviously, Heaven Striker has the Berserk when you don't have Divine Punishment, where I think Heaven Punisher just does a heavy attack. So it was always strange, really, that Heaven Punisher was so much rarer in comparison to Heaven Striker. Thankfully, on Ephinea, they have kind of balanced it now with the new filters that they've added. The filters basically allow Heaven Punisher to just do Divine Punishment all the time, regardless of the beat time. Which honestly is how I feel like it should have been. As cool as like the beat time thing is as an idea, it's cool that there's a weapon that is influenced by the time of the day, but it means the weapon is essentially useless for half of the day. Also, other Ubers that are useless, I mentioned it already, but Dancing Hitagata. Hitagata is not a particularly hard weapon to get, but the book to make the Dancing Hitagata is really rare. I think you might be able to get it through some quests, possibly. You might be able to get it through Black Pepper's deal, maybe. Honestly, can't remember. But to find it normally, particularly if you're playing like GameCube or Xbox, it's a ridiculously hard item to find. And it made a weapon that is kind of useless. Any of the cards enough. I'm trying to think if there's any good cards in PSO. I think Galwind, yeah, Galwind has some niche use. So Galwind, because of its special, it basically sacrifices part of your health. You can basically use it with a force to quickly get your health down to trigger mag PB or trigger mag abilities, so it's quite useful for that. That's probably about it for the cards. Yeah, actually, yeah, most of the claws are pretty useless as well. I mean, Rika's Claw and Nair's Claw, they, again, have some limited use because they do have technique boosts. I suppose Nair's Claw, the real one anyway, does also have a Spirit Special, which makes it a little bit better, but it is not worth how rare it is. Nugi's also outclassed by Cannon Rouge. Yeah, it is. It's quite a common thing with Blue Burst. It's one of the reasons why I tend to prefer GameCube, just like episode 1 and 2, to Blue Burst generally. As much as I like about Blue Burst, there was a few items that it introduced to the game that just completely made previous stuff irrelevant. Excalibur being one of them. Yeah, realistically, there is very little point in Lavis Cannon. Oh, there is a Sinnoh. There is a Sinnoh in here, by the way, if you want another one. But yeah, I suppose Lavis Cannon is another one of those weapons that is really, really cool uber weapon, but not particularly useful. Then, if you upgrade it, Lavis Blades are pretty good on a Huka Seal, and are good for sacrificing your health fast to, again, to trigger mag abilities. Or for getting your health down for Dark Flow. And then Double Cannon. Again, I don't think Double Cannon is really worth it either. And even then, for Lavis Blades, you're not even going to use those for straight damage because things like DLX Scar are stronger. That is not a CLJ sword. The F1 offline challenge prizes are not great either, let's be honest. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I've done episode 1 offline challenge, but I think it's mostly like the comedy weapons, isn't it? So things like Chameleon Scythe and the, I think, is it Toy Hammer and Crazy Tune, so things like that. Again, they're kind of interesting, kind of cool weapons, but not things you're going to really use. You will not hear Fort on Launcher slander. Funny thing is, in PSU, they're really good. Drac has a great photon launcher on PS0. It's a literal squid. I'm going to assume did it drop from the squid boss? Just as a guess. Yes, sorry. Yeah, Squidward. Sorry. Hi, SectionSkyly. Do you have a nickname I can call you by? I think most people just usually call me Sky or Skyly. So yeah, Sky's fine. Yeah. I knew you were gonna say call him Section. I also like how Kilniath and Vector both said that at the same time. Yeah, hope you're doing okay, Nick. What server am I on? This is Ephinea. So I think if you're watching on YouTube, I think in the video description it should have the server name in there. You and Vector think alike on a lot of things. It's concerning. Just for anyone might be new, we are multi-streaming at the minute to Twitch and YouTube, so that's why I'm sort of going backwards and forwards between the different chats. That is also why chat is not on screen, because Twitch reasons. We've got to do the SGS Scorpion. Yeah, that's it. Oh, thanks for that, LJP. Yeah, so it's Ephinea server. We play on Lumaris, which is the European ship. Block 2, lobby 21. We do have a Discord you can join as well, Nick, if you're interested. And we do play a bit off stream as well. Not just PSO as well, we do play other Phantasy Star games. Lately we've been playing a lot of Phantasy Star Zero. What's the best Ubi you've found so far? So, it's probably 2 for me. So, going way back to the Sega servers, I found Yasha from Melquake, which was like a 1 in... I think it was about 1 in 30,000 drop at the time, because they were doing like a double drops event. On Ephinea, the rarest thing is probably Psycho Wand. Finding SGS is also known as getting sectioned. I feel like I have been sectioned trying to find this source. You're going to check out PS Nova runs in the emulator these days. Yeah, I'm really interested actually to maybe try Nova at some point. It would have to be emulated though, because I never had a Vita. Both great finds. Yeah, I was really happy. It was really surprising getting the Psycho Wand, honestly. Did I finish the story for PS0? I did McClintry, yeah. Yeah, quite enjoyed it. I said a bit earlier that I still don't think the boss designs are that great, but For the actual game in general, I did enjoy it. Am I a bad person for thinking not SGS after that question about the Ubers? I think I have hunted SGS long enough now where it is okay to joke about me not finding it. Acceptance is part of the journey, you know? Imagine joking about getting a PGF drop and it actually does. Yeah, I actually haven't had a PGF drop yet on Ephinea. Seen a couple drop with people we played with, but never had one myself. To be fair though, I don't do a huge amount of Olga floor. I think one of the main reasons for that is because a lot of the IDs that I have don't get PGF anywhere. Oh yeah, I did get the the Heart of Samba Maracas, yeah. You've been looking for S-Parts for about a month, and that's about 1 in 10,000. Yeah, S-Parts is a hard drop. I suppose the advantage with it is you can potentially just farm it in normal. I think on Ephinea, I think Oran does get it in Ultimate as well. But yeah, I mean, if you are just trying to farm it, then I'd imagine just spamming normal is probably the best way to do it. Yeah, good luck with that though. I know it is a hard drop. Yeah, Oran Mines is absolutely busted. Rising Green Hill Gold Hunt. Yeah, that is rough. It's worse that an SGS dropped during one of Sky's games, but not for him. Not once, but twice. Ziggy's been doing Viridian random attack for episode 1. Is that for V101? Oh yeah, for the bonus room in Spaceship where you just get tons of assassins, yeah. I did get. I have 2 V101s. I got one months and months ago, and then I got one last time we played PSO. I also did Oran for the Mines route. Yeah, we did it. Oran Mines is crazy. Such a good area. The only thing I really don't like about Exard is the fact that you've obviously got the random chance at the start of whether you go to Ruins or Mines. And you can guarantee that if you want in the Mines route, you'll get Ruins, and if you want in the Ruins route, you'll get Mines. That's pretty much what happened to him. Yeah, it is really quick getting there. I mean, you only have to do a couple of rooms, don't you, to get to it, so it's not too bad. It's just a little bit annoying having to remake the game all the time. But it is a really good quest for farming some stuff, particularly from Crimson Assassins. Wanted to ask, what character did you use for the last boss fight in episode 3? Got all the way there, got wrecked as Carolia. I have not done the last boss in episode 3 for years and years. I genuinely can't remember what I used for it. I can barely remember the fight, honestly. I know what it's against. But yeah, I genuinely can't remember the fight much at all. I genuinely actually can't remember if I have actually beaten the final boss in that. I think I've got up to it or close to it, but I genuinely can't remember if I did beat it. F3 is a really hard game. Unfortunately, it does rely a lot on RNG, obviously for the dice rolls, but RNG for getting decent cards as well. Boxes in the corner have the weirdest collision. I've never noticed, to be honest. Yeah, I can't remember if we ran much XR during the anniversary event. It's all sort of blended together now, the anniversary. Multi-hits don't work on them. I'll have to try that next time. Yeah, I think next event on Ephinea should be the Christmas event, which I'm interested in because I've never done the Christmas event on Ephinea, so I don't really know what it involves. Obviously, there'll be things like Saint Rappies in Temple, but never actually tried the Ephinea Christmas event. You were an MA Forest Runner, not because you're a bad person, but because you were not strong enough to do anything else. Most people don't run Temple anyway. Christmas Quest is the norm. Okay. In for a treat. Oh, cool. Obviously, I've played tons of PSO, but I've never been, for some reason, I've never been around on Ephinea during the Christmas event. Yeah, just to reiterate as well, there will be a video at some point about the Ep3 story as well. I will not be doing a full playthrough of it though, because it will take far too long to get remotely decent cards. Should pick up Ep3 for Christmas. It's a really fun game, honestly. I know it's not for everyone, obviously. You know, if you're not into things like collectible card games, then it's never going to be for you. But if you like PSO and you don't mind collecting card games, then the two do go together quite well. I think what I'd say about Ep3 is it's better than it has any right to be. So, no SGS, huh? Really enjoy it. Not at first, but if you give it a chance, it grows on you. I think the issue with Ep3 at the start is probably because when you start, you have barely any cards. A lot of your cards are really basic ones that aren't particularly good. And the enemies that you fight against tend to use the same monsters a lot. So it is a very slow game to start with, I think. Later on, though, it does get a lot more fun. Make sure you talk to Noel as well for the lucky coins. You always had a small itch to try getting into Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but you never did. You'll probably save yourself a ton of money by not doing it. Yeah, I've still got some my original Pokemon cards from like the late 90s. Of course we get a stack cutlery with like, it'll have 50 machine, because of course we do. Elementary school friend had a small collection of Pokemon stuff, nothing too insane from what you remember. Yeah, I certainly don't have anything like first edition Charizard. I'm certainly not sitting on like thousands of pounds worth of cards. Funny thing is, in 2016, I went to Japan and I went to one of the Pokemon centers there, and they were doing these cards that were basically, they were essentially like reprints of the original cards, but with like adjusted stat values, so they were actually usable in the modern game. And I did pull a Charizard from that. Local game store, where you got it, was having a little launch thing where you and your friend bought it. Apparently you were the only two people who cared. Are you sitting on thousands of Mazetta worth of cards in Ep3? On GameCube, maybe not so much on the emulated file. Yeah, man, I think the Charizard I got, the Japanese one, I think it is worth a little bit. I think last time I checked it was worth maybe about what, $150 or so, somewhere around there. So it is worth a bit, but yeah, it would have been nice to pull it back in the day in the 90s. Too many scammers in elementary school since you're a clueless kid when trading them. Yeah, I seem to remember when I collected them, there were loads of people who would just like try and steal each other's cards. And I do genuinely like TCGs though. I think they are quite fun. Tamper roll coins. We might do a bit later. Honestly, the coin roulette is a scam. Some of your college friends are big into Magic the Gathering. I played Magic for a little bit. I am terrible at it, and I don't really have any good cards, but I have played it a little bit. Are you drinking a health potion? It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? That reminds me, actually, there's this weird collab in Japan at the minute, actually, where I think it's a drinks company is collaborating with Capcom, Monster Hunter, and they're basically doing health potion energy drinks. You wonder what mates and fluids taste like? Yeah, I'm not sure really. I mean, it's kind of weird between the different games. Like, anyone who played PSO 2, I think I mentioned this before, but in the alpha test for PSO 2, they changed the animation for how you take monomates or any types of mates. So in the alpha test, your character used to actually inject themselves. So it was actually like a syringe that they injected themselves with. But they changed it to like a drink in the actual release. Yeah, honestly, I thought the original animation was kind of cool. It does sound cool, yeah. I have no idea why they changed it. You know, I don't know, maybe it was something to do with age rating or something. Maybe they thought it was a bit, I don't know, maybe a bit visual. No idea, really. It's like Helldivers. Yeah, I think a lot of games do it now, don't they, where they show sort of an injection for like health increase. Yeah, that's how it was in PSO2 Alpha. I don't know if there's any footage of it anywhere, but yeah, when I tried the second alpha test, it was the characters used to inject themselves. Obviously in PSO you see nothing anyway, so it's left up to your imagination, I guess. Maybe it's just colas and burgers like in Phantasy Star 1. Alright, so what's the plan next? So we've done EP4, we've done EP2. Logically, that would mean we do EP1 next, but the RDR quest is not worth doing at all. Or RBR, sorry. We can't show syringe injections, but we will design Darkfall's Double to be a horror beyond your comprehension. Maybe it's a spray like in Pokemon. Yeah, it could be. It just smack a green box into your face. So what about we do maybe an Xrd run? Just because I don't think anyone really wants to do... Or was it Sweep Up 1? It does actually look like a Capri Sun pack, yeah. It is literally, in PSO2, it is literally like a pack with what looks like a straw. Yeah, I think Viridia is probably a good player for Xrd. I'm happy to do any ID, honestly. I mean, obviously, Oran is good for mines. I mean, I could get my Huka Seal if you want to do Oran as well. Do SU1 with crap weapons. Yeah, McLean trade's up to you. Yeah, if you want to jump on, feel free. No one wants to play super hard Zero with me. Yeah, Drax addicted to PS Zero now. Isn't there a PSO mission where someone eats too many monomates and needs to lose weight for a wedding? Yes, there is. The Lost Bride is the name of the quest. Yeah, it's really funny because she's after you've done the quest, you see her straight away and she's like weighting it like immediately. Where did Banana go? He's standing over here. He's just changed character. Wish you could play more PS0, but the game runs very bad for you. I think there's been one or two people who've said that. I think, was it Minsk as well that said that PS0 wasn't running well for them? For some reason. You could just jam out to this chill music all day. I really like the EP3 lobby theme. You just instantly lose £50 out of one quest. Yeah, I know his CPU fan wasn't working, but didn't he try it? Was it yesterday that he tried as well, or the day before? Since his PC's been fixed. I'm sure he's still having problems with it. But could be wrong. Oh, I was streaming as well yesterday. Ah, fair enough. Oh, when he stopped streaming, it was fine. Okay, fair enough. So how many we got? Burning Rangers are here. Yeah, there is a bit of a Ranger theme going on today, isn't there? I'll have to find some S parts. Bless me with luck. Good luck. I know it's a rough hunt, so yeah, good luck with that one. Thanks for dropping by as well, Nick. Here's the Ranger game. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Ranger is kind of OP in PSO. So I can see Jinx is level 46, so I am happy to do some very hard. Has anyone got a character that's in very hard? It's experience week as well, I guess. What's the cutoff for very hard? So very hard is 40 plus. I'm just conscious I just don't want to leave people out, that's all, so. You see how you're gonna eat? Yeah, no worries, Drac. Yeah, I think it's 40 on Ephinea. It used to be 50 on. I think it might have been 50 on Sega Blueburst, possibly. I know the level and requirements were different on that. I do have my 4-mile. She's about 70 something, but I know she's not quite into Ultimate yet, so I could go and get her. I'll see how many people there is first, and then I'll switch over if we need to. It is experience week. Bring the dramatic fall animation, fine, I'll go and get her. Right, I will go and get my 4-mile. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get the dramatic fall animation in the lobby. You only get it in game for some reason. I will go and get her. You want to see the animations in 0? It's kind of interesting that they give some of the characters different animations. I mean, for PSO, it's very surprising given how old the game is. Probably need to try and find a second Psycho one for her at some point. Yeah, it's a good point, isn't it, on 0? Yeah, a lot of the sort of the character templates, if you like, a lot of them are very, very young in 0, aren't there? There's not many that are actually like full-on adults. I mean, I guess Newmans, you could kind of say, well, you don't know how old they are because, you know, they live for however long. Yeah, the Humar is a literal kid, yeah. I remember seeing that. Do we actually have a full team for very hard? Hunuel looks the most mature with the outfit she's using. Yeah, I mean, that just kind of... That's how Hunuel is, isn't it? Well, I don't know if there's anything we can really hunt him very hard, but... Is there any quest that people want to do in very hard to get some levels? By which I mean... Don't really want to do TTF, but... But yeah, I'm happy to do anything. You're going to say endless? That could be fun. All roads lead to TTF. It's even worse than Zero as well, because when you unlock hard, I think the last quest in hard is called To the Future, and it's like, oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, I mean, we could run endless, and then we can just end it after we've done ever so many laps. Yeah, we do need to do a TTF at some point as well with me as the dragon. I just need to remember how to do it. Actually, let's look that up now, actually. It's been a while. And if we are going to do TTF, we may as well get some fun out of it. Doesn't actually say on the Ephinea wiki. It tells you about the love check thing, because there's another thing you can do in TTF as well, where you have to stay really close to each other. Yeah, it's up to you. If you want to sit out, that's fine. I just say like try and rotate around if we can. Got a bit of time yet, so one player talks to a 4 mile in black near the bank. I seem to remember her. Yeah, I think she stood right next to the bank, isn't she? Well, we can try that. I can't remember how the dragon works at all. I know the control scheme for it's really weird, so you probably just obliterate me, but yeah, sure, we can try it. So password is stream. So what's it? So we've got instructions for how to do the dragon. So all back to Pioneer 2 portal in Forest 2 and more enemies appear. So we basically go down to the surface, then go back to Pioneer. But it says go right at the first door. There isn't a right in TTF. Oh, the computer. Yes, the computer's on the right, isn't it? Yeah. So let's see. So go back to Pioneer 2 portal. Go right. Kill enemies. Reach the boss portal. And go back to Pioneer 2. Lazium black at the pipe gives the code. Then activate the terminal. So do I need to talk to the 4 mile before I go down to the surface, or is it just after you've done Forest 2? After Forest 2, okay. We can try it. I know she looks like this 4 mile here, doesn't she? So when you're done, class Forest 2 is done, apparently more enemies spawn if you head back to the entrance. So just let me get this right again before we start, just so I don't screw it up. So just before I start, so I warp down to Pioneer 2. And then once I warp down, is it just a case of just killing the enemies in Forest 2 until we get to the boss portal and then go back to Pioneer? Do it as normal, clear Forest 2, then walk back to the Forest 2 entrance. Okay. Then re-clear Forest 2 and you should be good. Okay. So once I've re-cleared Forest 2, then I go to the Pioneer, talk to the lady, and then activate the console. Fair enough. Well, we can try it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Okay, so first protocol is go down to Forest and clear Forest 2. But don't go in the boss portal. Clip it and there's a free guide for you. Oh wow, actually 2 rares in the box isn't very hard. Fire Swift Agni and a Amplifier of Barter. Oh, cool. It's something. Yeah, I've got it very hard and all the rares start dropping. Oh, McClintree got a stink frame. It is experience week, apparently. Yeah, uh-oh, stinky. For anyone who caught the PSU stream last week, I got a weapon on that stream called Stinky Geis. Okay, so we've now cleared that. So now we go back to the entrance of Forest 2. So it is now when there should be some more enemies spawning. According to the forum post. Yeah, I wonder if they were making that boomer that spawns. There is some blood there, so I'm guessing that boomer's been killed. So I will now go and talk to the Formal. I'm a res computer programmer. Unbeknownst to the principal, I added a few tricks of my own. Try typing in the secret code at the terminal level 1. Something interesting should happen. If it does, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter. I just can't wait to hear from you. Got secret code. So I'm guessing we're doing it right. Yeah, maybe it is party lead only, possibly. Oh, wow. Someone just found a Yasha from a Milkquake. That is a 1 in 67,000 drop. Of course, it's Mr. Bean. Enter the secret code. Yes. Code correction flagged. Code correction complete. Checked into res. Okay. The code is done. So I think now when we go into the dragon portal, it will put me as the dragon. Now I'll warn you. I can see people are pretty geared up. The dragon won't last long. It's not well balanced at all, so the person who goes to the dragon just gets deleted usually. But it's a fun little thing with the quest. Yeah, so what I'll say is, at the start of the fight, maybe just let me sort of get used to it for a little bit, just so people can see how it actually works. So and as much as you want to just destroy it instantly, yeah. I think it is only the dragon peak here. So hopefully this works. Hey, there you go. So I am now controlling the dragon. Okay, so that is fire. Sky looks a bit different. I think I stood on someone. That just does a little bob. Oh. Oh, it makes me land after a while. I was hoping I could cheese it. Can we go up again? No, it is not letting me go up again. Oh, or is it? There's a cooldown on it, okay. Yeah, this is a very, very rare thing in TTF. People generally don't do it. Oh, nice. Imagine Monster Hunter, but you are a Devil Joy and you fight as an ogre. Oh, they knocked me down. That's rude. You became small? Yeah, I don't think I have any ultimate moves, so it's quite limiting to what I can actually do. Get into the Eye Dragon, it's your only hope. It's been so long since I've done this. Oh, there we go. Congratulations. I should let you do that with Dark Falls. And the funny thing is, then it kills your character. You're still small. You're not on my screen, but there is a weird thing here. Whatever this is. Yeah, I'm not sure what the thing with making people small is. Must just be another weird thing with the quest. There is also this. I have no idea what you are surrounded by. When I got hit by you, I became small. Also, McClintry said they got hit by the fire and then couldn't use techs. But yeah, so that is the dragon secret in TDF. They're finally doing it on stream. Also, just locked you out from using things. Okay. I guess maybe that's to try and give the dragon player a chance, I guess. Because you are super slow as the dragon. Do you know what the really funny thing is, though? If you did that on the Sega servers, you'd lose experience. Because you die at the end of it. I think you might be able to do it in Ultimate, yeah, because I mean, it's the same quest, isn't it? So I would assume so. Oh, we got Brina. What is with all the rares in this run? Can I just say, seeing that triggered a wave of nostalgia and I actually got a little emotional. Don't care admitting that. I think that is the first time I've done the dragon thing in TTF for years. I'd honestly totally forgotten it was even a thing until I think it was LGP that mentioned it originally. And I totally forgot it was even a thing you could do. It's kind of funny, there's a ton of things you can do in TTF. There is also, I mentioned it a bit earlier, but there is also the love check as well, which is extremely irritating to do. If you don't know what that is, it basically makes two characters have to stay within a certain distance of each other for the entire quest. And if you manage to do the whole quest staying really, really close to each other, you get a reward at the end. I think it's one of the rings you get, if I remember correctly. But it is infuriating to do. Because the distance you have to be away from each other is, you have to basically be next to each other for the entire quest. You only got to do it once and that was on the Sega server. Honestly, that might be the last time I did it. Battle mode should have just been players controlling bosses and enemies on the map versus other players. Honestly, that would have been a really cool addition. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go further with it, honestly, because it's just a really fun little side distraction to do. So it's odd that even in this quest that they didn't just do it for other bosses. So I'm pretty sure it is just the dragon that you get to do. Yeah, we've been meaning to do that on stream for ages, so it's good to finally get that done. So thanks for reminding me. It makes TTF slightly less dull as well. Slightly. Back when games weren't just copying each other's homework and doing interesting things. I think Monster Hunter Doors had some mode where you raise and battle monsters in a versus setting too. I know that there's one Monster Hunter game, isn't there, where you... I can't remember what it's called now, but isn't there a mode in one of the games where you play as a Palico? I can't remember which one it is now. Is it? I want to say maybe Gen Alt, possibly? Yeah. Prowler mode, that's it, yeah. It's an optional thing in Generations Ultimate, fair enough. I think it's cool to add things like that to the game. I think as long as they're optional. You know, not everyone wants to do them, but... I did gel in Zalo with this guy, but apparently he decided no. Thought of a great idea for PSO, fake and yellow version, hide and seek. player turns into a piece of scenery like a terminal, and other players have to find them. If the players to work out that column was never there in this quest. Yeah, basically PSO prop hunt. Yeah, I think if you're using the whole map, I think it'd be a bit too big, but you could potentially just limit it to maybe a few rooms. I really should be debuffing enemies. I'm really not doing my job as a force here. Yeah, I have basically no PB because obviously I spent the first boss fight fighting you guys. Yeah, that was really fun doing the dragon thing. Dragon use Fowler. Yeah, it just made me realise there's still a lot I need to do in PSO on Ephinea. I still need to get most of the rings. I still need to get the anti-dark ring as well, actually. Yeah, I think most people forget about them, but there is other rings in the game apart from red ring. The thing is, the majority of them are just not worth using. There is a few that are decent though. Anti-dark falls ring. Got an anti-light ring. Yeah, I mean, anti-light ring, I could see that being useful maybe on faults. Yeah, just try and cut down the damage from the grants, and I guess against things like Grand Sorcerers, maybe it'd help a little bit, but I think falls would be the main thing. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's the visual side of it as well. I know some of the rings have like different set boosts when you go near the characters that are wearing them, but a lot of them just really aren't worth using. Anti-dark ring would definitely help out in tower though. It's just getting it is a total pain. Should make Sky play Space Channel 5. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for playing that at some point. I should probably buy it soon because I have a feeling that's one of the games that might be getting delisted. I can't remember if it's on the list or not. It is, okay. Yeah, Raggle Ring looks really cool, but its bonus effect is diabolical. Yeah, it sounds great. Oh yeah, I've got an item that gives me a free scape doll until you realise that it deletes the item to give you the scape doll. Delisted games just means they're free. Yeah, I'll have to have a look on Steam, because I know they've got a few Dreamcast games on there. I do find it odd with Sega at the minute because they're obviously delisting a lot of the like Genesis, Mega Drive, and Dreamcast games. Then they're also aggressively pushing merch on social media for those games. There's been a lot of posts on their social media recently, like merch for some of the classic games. So it does make me wonder if they are planning something with them. This guy's secret rhythm game god, he said yes too easily. I have played quite a few rhythm games. I do wonder how well it'll work on PC though, because rhythm games on PC always seem really hit or miss whether they work well, because you generally need a monitor that has like very low response times and everything. It's very obvious if you've got any sort of delay on your monitor. This monitor, I think it's 1 millisecond, this monitor, so maybe I'd be okay. The other thing is whether Sega would allow it, because we know what Sega are like with copyrighted music. Oh, there you go, LJP. We've got a guilty light. Oh, Vector got one as well. Why are these boxes like better than the ones in Ultimate? Even more emotional now. You are the photon launcher guy. It cries in guilty light. I mean, I suppose technically you could get an S-rank launcher. It'd be interesting, I think, using one. I don't know if it'd be particularly good, but I guess in like very niche places you could probably make it work. I bet people can't wait to have me in the team. Oh great, it's the guy that uses photon launchers again. S-rank launchers aren't bad. Even the Ephinea wiki recommends it on some guide pages. Okay. I mean, I guess for things that you can hit with them, because I think, do a lot of launchers have infinite vertical hitbox? I know bazookas tend to, but... Oh, do you still have that guilty light miss? The 95% one? The absolute uber guilty light. Yeah, Berserk one would be really interesting, actually. Because I could be wrong on this, but I think the S-rank launcher, I don't think that the damage degrades as it pierces enemies. So normally with photon launchers, it'll hit one enemy, and then the next enemy it hits will take a bit less damage, and then the next one will take a bit less damage, and so on. I don't think it does that with the S-rank. Yeah, I can't remember if they're in infinite vertical range or not. What the heck is the orange puppet looking mag? I think it's... Is it Maroliana, I think? Yeah, from Space Channel 5. Yeah, it's Moro. So I only have 16 PB, so I can't really help you. Saying it's creepy, I mean, to me it just looks like he's flexing. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you use it as well, Vector, don't you? Yeah. Wait until they try to shoot you after saying up, down, down, up, down, down. Yeah, since talking about rhythm games, like I generally do really enjoy rhythm games, so I am more than down for playing them on stream. The only big issue with rhythm games is finding ones that you're able to stream without DMCA. So obviously a lot of them use licensed music. He's in a perpetual state of rave. I have to say that after playing Zero as well, I think Falls in PSO looks a bit more threatening. I like the design of it in Zero, but it kind of reminds me of like a big Del biter. Great view there. Great view. Thanks, Falls. You don't get what they're going for with him in Zero. It's a really weird design, isn't it, in Zero? Falls Phase 1 here is based on Phantasy Star 3. Okay, cool. Do you want my baby Sky mag? I mean, if you've got a spare mag and you're okay with parting with it, I don't mind taking it. But if you need it, please keep it. Falls in Zero looks like Infinity Dark Falls. Yeah, I think Infinity Dark Falls. That is that Dark Falls Dios, I think. Could be wrong, but I seem to remember Star Falls Dios. Yeah, yeah. I don't think Falls is going to last very long. You've only seen it have to play Infinity soon. Yeah, Minsk, it's Dark Falls, not anything else. His name is Dark Falls and nothing else. Yeah, or alternatively, Dulk Fakis if you're playing PSU. But certainly nothing else. Yeah, we actually got a very hard party going, like a full team and very hard. His adult name is Dick Falls. I mean, you're honestly not far off what the name was referred to as. If you've seen it on the Discord, you know. Oh, you've also got a baby Sky mag as well, okay. Yeah, I've never really known for Dulk Fakis. I mean, obviously in base game PSU, before Ambition of the Illuminous came out, a lot of people were sort of under the impression that it was meant to be Dark Falls. But it's such a weird leap from Dark Falls to Dulk Fakis. And I think his name in Japanese is actually written differently as well. So I think for him, I think his name is actually different. It's just Dark Falls at home, basically. But obviously they did introduce Falls in Ambition of the Illuminous. First as like a weird fishman, and then as basically a reskin of Dulk Fakis. PSU was not the highlight for Dark Falls. Yeah, that's it, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose technically Dark Falls isn't really a seed type, so kind of makes sense that Fakis is different. I mean, if you play the main story PSU, Fakis is different again anyway. There's actually a special version of Fakis in story. Let's play some PUBG with the guys. Thanks for the stream. Oh, no worries, miss. Thanks for the games. Duck Flipper. You call PS0 Dark Balls because of the spinning balls. The spinning balls on Falls on Phantasy Star Zero are super annoying. I really hate the attack he does in Zero as well, where he like shoots a beam into... He does these like portals around the edges of the arena, and he shoots a beam into one of them, and then it kind of fires out of other ones, and it seems to hit me every single time. It's okay, Sky, you have a Huni. Late game, they will miss you all the time. I was actually dodging quite a lot of Falls' attacks, yeah. Now, just before I go back, does that 4 miles say anything different? Every Sky stream, food always has to be mentioned. What will my next programming trick be? You literally killed me, lady. Just to make sure Zero does take place on Coral. Yes, it does. We were talking about this on the Discord. All we know is that it takes some time in the far future after PSO, just like Hilniath said there. Basically, massive war breaks out on Coral. Coral becomes almost uninhabitable. The governments on Coral decide to create the Pioneer project and start searching for a new planet. So obviously Pioneer 1 launches and then Pioneer 2 follows it. Goes into the story PSO. The remainders on Coral then at some point go through something called the Great Blank. And we don't know when that is in relation to PSO though, sometime in the future. And then 200 years after the Great Blank is when Phantasy Star Zero starts. You say you found an unstable area. That turned into a dragon? Sounds fun. No, forget it. It's nothing. And that inconvenient little matter, please keep that a secret between you and me. I literally died for this. Yeah, if you're wondering though, don't feel that you have to play PS0 to get any PSO lore, because there isn't really much mentioned in the dialogue from what I can say. There's a few little references, and obviously you find out that it is Coral, but there isn't much in the game that links it to PSO necessarily. think before the Great Blank, they do their own Mother Project. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so they create the Mother Trinity project, and then stuff goes wrong with it. Without spoiling it for anyone who hasn't played Zero, yes, basically stuff goes horribly wrong. Yeah, oh yeah, the Oogie transformation scene in Zero is probably one of the best parts of the game. I love that. He gets very, very excited. All I know is in PS0, when you play a cast, a Huma dies. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I suppose stuff going horribly wrong in Phantasy Star is kind of par for the course, isn't it, really? I can't believe Kilnyat dies at the start of Zero. Yeah, you do also get Cowboy Oogie at the start, don't you, when he finds that first body. And it completely changes his personality. I do like the cast in Zero, though. Yeah, it is quite a cute game, honestly. It is very short, though. I was surprised how short the story was. But not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it was a fun story for what it was. So we probably have time for, what, 1 or 2 more runs, maybe? Yeah, I mean, I suppose, yeah, it was a 3D game on the DS, wasn't it? So you can't really expect much. I think they did well for what they had. I would be down for a remake or a sequel of Zero. Yeah, I agree. I think when you've run it a bit, you realise that there really isn't that many areas and not many bosses. But I suppose realistically, if you think about it, PSO, when that first launched, I mean, you only had Forest Cave, Mine, and Ruins. Everyone left to play Zero. No one is in the lobby anymore. Yeah, people have abandoned PSO for PS0. Hi, Bunk. Well, I can make another game. I mean, I can do another very hard run if you want to. Just taking a break. Oh, no worries. So just check, are these people's highest characters? So McCountry, is that your highest character at the minute? I just don't want to exclude people from games, that's all. You got 113 rare mile, okay. I mean, I'm happy to switch it over to Ultimate if you want to. McClintry did all towers in PS0, that's why I stopped for a bit. Also, this week's been very harsh for me and my family, so I'm just lurking for now. Oh, no worries, Pika. I hope things get better for you. Towers put you in a bad mood. Yeah, Tower and Phantasy Star, regardless of what game it is, just seems bad. Well, we can, yeah, for maybe like the last run or so, we can switch over to some Ultimate for a bit then. Oh, I just realised I didn't switch my character bank over. So I need to log back on this character and then change it over again. Yeah, yellow RT is fine, yeah, if you want to do that. Do RT if you need one more. Yeah, we'll see how many we've got. Literally had to log on to type one sentence and then log off again. So if we're doing yellow RT, so what characters have we got for yellow RT? So I'm assuming you're probably going to use either Hugh Cast or Raymar Vector, I'm guessing. I would bring my Hugh Casile, but I think she'll get absolutely obliterated in RT. I've got a forced yellow as well. Yeah, no worries, Minsk. Like I say, we'll always be around playing things like PSO, so yeah, if you're back in sort of 2 or 3 weeks, no worries. You're gonna go Ranger Drac, fair enough. Wonder if the characters in the background of character select are random or if they say something. I'm honestly not sure. I mean, I kind of feel that you'd need to like actually see the textures for it, I guess. We went 3 weeks RIP C mode. Yeah, we really need to do challenge mode at some point. I know we say that every time, but this is what happened when we started playing Phantasy Zero, you see. Yeah, I'll just bring Taker back then. Yeah, I'm not sure if those characters do say anything or not. It wouldn't surprise me if they do. It's the Matrix in the background. They spell out SGS drop soon. Yeah, so far, I think, do we just have 3 so far? Yeah, so far we've got 3, so if either Vector or Drac or anyone else wants to join, feel free. I know we said we're doing yellow balls RT, but we are lacking the yellow balls at the minute. I'm happy to just do RT in general, honestly. Yeah, Vector, do you actually have any other IDs? Was your phonium a different ID, or are they yellow as well? Well, someone just found S parts. Hopefully it was the guy I was watching earlier on. He called yellow RT, then left. You have all classes, different IDs, and 3 yellow. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if Vector's house is yellow. He's returned. Vector is Banana Man. We now have Banana Head, and then was it Drac that made the raycast call? Was it Banana Loaf as well? Oh, I've got yellow but can't do ultimate. Oh, no worries. Yeah, you have Banana Loaf. Should my first character be called Unripe Nana and be green? So Banana Bread is not taken yet. Is that your next character, Vector? Oops, someone got a Lavis cannon. Certainly not me. Oh, is Banana Bread too long a name? Oh. It fits, but not in PSO. Okay. Yeah, it's been quite cool playing Zero though. I'm interested to try playing it in hard. What was the requirement to play hard in multiplayer, by the way? Was it just beat story, or do I need to be a certain level as well? Just beat story, okay. Ah, fair enough. Super hard is just be level 60. Oh, so do I not have to beat all the quests or anything for super hard? Or is that only for single player? I just find it weird that have different requirements for single player and multiplayer. It just confuses matters and just makes it more complicated unnecessarily. Single player, you need every quest on hard. Oof. Multiplayer is just be level 60. Even tower, oh god. Multiplayer difficulties are level locked, okay. It's a strange way of doing it to have like different unlock requirements for single and multiplayer, but I guess PSO was kind of the same back in the day, particularly on the GameCube and Xbox. I know on GameCube and Xbox it was just a case of beating either Faults or Overflow to unlock the next difficulty in single player, but then in multiplayer you had to be a certain level. That weapon is, I believe that is Shichishito, and I think you get that as a quest reward. I think it's for doing one of the mop-up quests, possibly. It's worth keeping though, because I think it's a requirement for trading in for something. Doing one-man TF dragon kills on multi-mode very hard, and it takes about 13 minutes to clear the Lily Wave. Can clear it faster on single player. Is the bonus experience from multi-mode worth it? If you're doing one-man, I would just do single player runs, honestly. Yes, it's less experience, but it's much, much faster. I would personally just stick with single player. Obviously, the alternative is, you know, if you can get a full party to do TF runs, then yeah, doing it multiplayer is worth it if you can kill fast. But if you're just doing dragon resets, I would probably just say... just do single player. I'm heading off. Have a great week, everyone. No worries, LGP. And thanks for dropping by as well. Hope you have a good week. Yeah, see you, dude. That one literally just like paralyzed half the party. Yeah, also, if anyone might be new, LGP's just dropped the link there, but we do have a Discord you can join as well, so feel free to join us over there. We do play other games off stream as well, so feel free to join there. There is a members only section on the Discord as well, so yeah, feel free to join as a member if you want to. Just to stress though, the Discord is not just members only, anyone can join it. Can anyone think of a good way for me to Skype off work this week? I really can't be arsed. I would imagine you're not alone in that. Sad the nerf Remal's in PS0, but at least the nerf was deserved. Yeah, Remal's a weak class in PSO. It's I think early on Remal is not particularly great because its stats aren't really that good at a lower level, but at high level, yeah, there is no doubt Remal is very, very good, particularly for solo player. I haven't actually tried playing a Ranger in PS0, but from what I understand, they've been nerfed quite a bit. The context, I'm still very, very new to PS0. To my knowledge, Rangers can't learn Shifter and D-Band, but they can learn Jelen and Zala. Okay. Human Rangers have less HP than format. I'm very surprised Barbara's not dead yet. There we go. Sky teaches us PSO, we teach him PS0. I'm totally fine with that. If you plan to play solo, I think cast Ranger is the way to go since you can't rely on NPCs to cast buffs. Oh, McClintree got a god hand. Yeah, what I did notice about the NPCs in Zero is that they're really no use on most of the bosses. When I was fighting Mother Trinity and Dark Falls, they basically just got in the way of all the attacks and died instantly. They basically just take aggro, yeah. Don't even know what God Hand is. It is an unarmed weapon. It's got quite good attack power, but generally the unarmed weapons are just not that usable. Because the animation's generally not very good on them. They're also kind of lazy weapons as well because they don't actually have any visual appearance for the most part. I think there's one or two where you can see them, but things like Brave Knuckle and God Hand you can't see. You just look like you're unarmed. As a force, you can heal the NPCs and have them build chain. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to heal them a bit with Uniwell, but my rester was only healing for like 60 or 70. And then Mother Trinity would hit them for like 150 twice in a few seconds. You do essentially just solo the bosses, yeah, with a hunter. I mean, I was trying to revive them a little bit, particularly against Mother Trinity, just so I could try and take some of the aggro a little bit. Yeah, as much as I enjoyed the game, I found the bosses were not the highlight, for sure. The boss designs are kind of like that, you know, they are at least quite unique. But I just don't think the fights are very good. Just gotta learn the bosses. Yeah, I'm sure that's some of it, yeah. The one that is horrid is Humilius. See, that's weird because Humilius, I mean, it was an irritating fight, but I did beat him first time. I think Mother Trinity took me about 4 attempts, and then Faults took me about another 4. But I was probably underleveled as well. Yeah, it's almost like they were trying to win over mecha fans at that point in the game, though, because you get the sequence with Ugg getting his new body, and then more or less straight after that, you fight Humilius. I think what I did for Humilius basically was I just waited for him to shoot, did a dodge roll whenever he shot, and then did a second dodge roll to try and dodge the sword attack, and then I more or less just like stuck near his ankles. Honestly, I kind of fought him a bit like Oldflow. I have convinced there was going to be one last area between the Moon Boss and Dark Falls. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. I kind of feel with the story of Zero, as much as I like it, it kind of feels like it is very sort of end game weighted. So kind of not a lot really happens in the story until right at the end, and then everything happens. You don't like this fight. I think most people don't like the Gold Dragon fight. Until they learn sort of how to deal with him, he is a bit of an irritating boss. I have not scaled the tower in PS0 yet, no. I've heard how bad it is. I will probably try it soon, but yeah. I guess you can stream it on Discord so we can cheer you on. The thing is, I know in Zero you can save like while you're actually in a quest. So couldn't for tower, could you just do a bit of tower, then save it, then come back to it later on, I'm assuming? I'm guessing you would have had to if it was on DS anyway, because I doubt your DS battery would have lasted that long. If it is 5 hours long. You beat over a family outing, started when you were going to the venue, beat it on the car ride home. You just close the lid on the DS, yeah, I guess so. DS battery is great. I wouldn't know, I never had a DS, I only had a 3DS. $15 to $19 hours on the low settings and 5 to 8 hours on the brightest. That's quite a bit more than I thought it would be. Yeah, I never had the DS back in the day. I went for a PSP instead. Which is why I never got to play PS0 until very recently. I don't think he did. I don't know if he ever beat Story, to be honest. I never really paid too much attention to how far he was through the game, so I was probably playing PSP 2 at the time, honestly. So yeah, honestly got no idea how far he got. You have a DS you haven't played since 10 years ago and it still has charge. Yeah, I must admit, I mean, I had a 3DS, and provided you weren't using it in 3D mode, the battery seemed not too bad. You opened your 3DS from 5 years ago and it still has full battery. I'll have to check mine. Yeah, the 3DS used to do stuff even when it was asleep, didn't it? So it did, yeah, things like the swap pass and so on, yeah. Nothing tree, got a Storm on Dindra. Infinity's great, but saying it's better than Zero is just weird because they aren't really going for the same thing. Yeah, I mean, they are very, very different games. I kind of feel like, having played both now, I kind of feel like PS0 is probably much closer to experience to PSO, I guess. Not in terms of being on the the same universe, but I mean, just in the way it kind of feels and the way it plays, it does feel more hitted towards PSO, I guess. Whereas PSP2 is obviously very much more like PSU. Yeah, very, very different games. Both really good. I still think outside of PSO, I still think that Infinity is probably my favourite Phantasy Star. But I have really enjoyed my time with Zero, though. I'll probably keep playing it a bit. I kind of feel I need to get to super hard just so I can find some rares. Need to wean it off NGS somehow. To be fair, I haven't really been playing NGS that much. I've been playing it, what, maybe... I want to say maybe 2 or 3 nights a week at most. Which for me is probably enough for NGS, honestly. I'm fine sort of logging onto it. I'm playing PSO2 anytime on stream. I've never really thought about it, to be honest, because obviously I've done NGS before and it wasn't particularly popular. As for classic PSO2, I don't know, maybe. Oh yeah, we have a Force. Sorry. Yeah, classic PSO2, maybe. I've avoided PSO2 until now because I've mentioned this before, but I played the Japanese server for like 8 years and I got very, very sick of it. I played it pretty much every day for 8 years. And I badly needed a long break from it. I haven't played it now for a couple of years, so maybe I can try doing it on stream at some point. I don't know how much I'd enjoy it again, but maybe. I'm not going to promise anything. Because what you have to understand as well is that for me, I've already restarted once in, well, I mean, in NGS more specifically, but when NGS launched, they cut off access really to the Japanese servers unless you used a VPN. So I essentially lost access to my characters there on the Japanese server, so I more or less had to restart anyway. So maybe. I do miss how Phantom played. Yeah, I did really enjoy Phantom in NGS. Sorry, in PSO2. There's nothing even remotely close to Phantom in PSO in NGS yet. We can all noob together. For anyone who plays on the global server for PSO2, is there still a lot involved to unlock the Scion classes? Because I seem to remember on the Japanese server that you had to get certain classes to a certain level to unlock them or something. Can't remember now though. It's been so long since I played. You need 2 classes at level 75 to unlock all Scions, okay. We might lose it when Sega takes the official servers down, though. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Aiming for the DMC Great Sub one you mentioned. Do you mean Hero? Because Hero, from what I remember, used Sword, Twin Machine Gun, and Talus, I think. Playing FF14 while I watch, you know, the MMO that spells fantasy correctly. Yeah, I wonder, does anyone even know why Phantasy Star is spelt with a PH? Something I've always kind of wondered. I don't really know if I have an answer for it. You know why it's spelled PH. Fancy spelling. Or just, yeah, Japan. Is it so it doesn't get confused with Final Fantasy? Maybe. You wonder if they'll be able to get PSO 2 pulled onto private servers. It's already been worked on. Obviously not going to go into it too much, you know, bear in mind I am an NGS creator, probably not in best interest to do it, but yeah, whenever PSO 2 official does go down, there are plans. At the time, Yuji Naka was a fan of a popular song called Fantasy Beach with a PH. Okay. That's interesting if that's the case. Phantasy Star inspired a song. Well, the thing is, I searched Phantasy Star Online on YouTube recently, and there was a song called Phantasy Star Online. I think it was like a rap song or something. I did not listen to it. And it was not the Boomer song. I can't remember who the artist was now, but yeah, there was a song called Phantasy Star Online. It just got randomly recommended to me on YouTube. We did forget the button. No worries. FF was released 4 days before Phantasy Star, so it couldn't be to differentiate. Okay. Oh, you've seen it as well, Kilniath. Yeah, I have not listened to it, but yeah. Yeah, we might play base PSO 2 at some point. Obviously, it will be on Sega servers at the minute. I would be extremely low level though, because I don't think I've leveled any characters on base PSO 2 on the global version. By low level, I mean probably level 1. You're starting from scratch as well. Okay. Yeah, I'll consider it. Obviously, I've already got characters because I've got my NGS characters, so I'll just use one of those. Yeah, I can use Hunter Taker. Glance left and right, a level 80 Luster, oh yeah. I will preface it though and say that I don't love PSO 2. I've said this before, but I don't love PSO 2. I like it. I appreciate it for what it is. Which is the same as I feel about NGS, to be fair. Again, it's just one of those things where it's a very, very different game to the Phantasy Stars. Will make you love it. Everything is better with friends. I mean, you say that, I literally played with friends on the Japanese version. It's not that I dislike the game or anything. I think it's just for me, I'm just a very old school player, and I was very much rooted in PSO. You kind of don't want to play PSO 2 as well, to be honest, after bringing it up. some areas in PSO2 do strain your eyes, particularly in NGS. Anytime there is a PSE burst, you basically can't see anything that's going on. And the entire screen just becomes lens flares. Only thing you like about NGS was the fact they made it a true open world MMO. I do like how the world is just open. And I do like Alpha for what it's worth in NGS. I know some people, I know Drax said it a few times. I know Drax mentioned that he'd like them to sort of leave the planet. Whether they do that in the future, I don't know. I think for me with NGS, I would just like to see a bit more ambition, personally, from Sega. Sonic Frontier beta test. I mean, you never know. I mean, it could have been, to be fair. You got up to 85 in NGS and didn't finish the plot. To be fair, the plot is still ongoing, and the next story quest isn't until next year. Just make a Phantasy Star anime instead. I've mentioned this before in another stream, but yeah, there is already 2 Phantasy Star animes. Yeah, but they suck. I would say, I think PSO2, the animation does suck. I really don't like PSO2, the animation. PSO2 Episode Origin, I think, is fine, because that essentially tells the game story anyway. I'll boost that, why not? Yeah, Drac, I don't know what they're doing with the story. It's super weird. You watch one PSO2 anime that had a Kirito clone as the main character. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that could be, because there is like a PSO2 Ash, which is the generic humor guy. I can't remember if he's in both of them. I know there is a guy called, I think he's called Itsuki, I think, in PSO2 animation. And that's the one way basically gets brought into the game because the game is real and all this. And he's generic humor Ash in the game. PSO inspired sword art. Yeah, that is the bad one. That is PSO to the animation. That is terrible. Oh, don't start spamming this, Olga. Not when we got lower level players. Have some mercy, please. No, Olga has decided that violence is the answer. Can't remember having particularly strong feelings about it. It was what I would describe as utterly forgettable. But yeah, Episode Origin isn't, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not too bad. It basically just tells the story of PSO. Well, of PSO2, sorry. That one is fine. If you're a Phantasy Star fan, particularly if you're a PSO2 fan, probably be fine. Olga wakes up every day to the same question. Violence, the answer is yes. Yeah, the music's really good on it, yeah. And I'm generally not much of an anime fan. I watch it a little bit, but I really didn't mind Episode Origin. I'm not attacking you, Olga. I'm friendly. I'm not friendly anymore now. Is he the one on YouTube? I'm not sure, honestly. I genuinely can't remember how I watched it now. I wonder if it's maybe on somewhere like Crunchyroll or something. Maybe. Honestly, can't remember where it is. Any PGF? Not for me. Not for anyone else by the looks of things. Is that a photon drop offering to try and convince PGF for next time? No, he didn't suck. No, he did fine. So hopefully that bribe to Olga Floor works for next time. If you fall down the Crunchyroll hole, you won't return for months. I do use Crunchyroll a little bit. Again, I don't watch a huge amount of anime, but I mainly use it at the minute to watch Gundam. Watched a few other things on there as well, but yeah, I'm not someone who spends a lot of time watching anime. He's sad that Xenogears wasn't on the list of games to play on Wednesday. Yeah, well, so Vector, the way it's going to work is every 2 weeks that we're not doing the Phantasy Star stream, there'll be a poll on the Discord, so yeah, we can change it up every 2 weeks. Every time you watch one thing on Crunchyroll, you re-binge Attack on Titan and SAO. Well, absolutely nothing of value in that room. But yeah, if you do like PSO 2 though, I would probably recommend Episode Origin. Don't expect miracles. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it is probably worth watching if you like PSO 2. But yeah, PSO 2, the animation is... no. So yeah, I think we'll probably end that one there for today. So plan going forward, like I say, the next members first video will go live on Tuesday instead of Monday, and it'll go out to everyone else on the Thursday. There'll be a stream on Wednesday, which will be whatever the winner of the poll is on Discord at the minute. I'm deliberately not looking until the poll ends. Thank you for the bits killing me off. So yeah, basically there's a poll on the Discord at the minute for what we're playing on next Wednesday, and whatever wins that is what we will play on Wednesday. And then for the weekend stream, I'll have a look and I'll see what the boosts are on the different servers, and we'll try and figure something out. We may even do PS0. But yeah, as usual, if you've enjoyed the stream, please consider the usual. Either like, subscribe, join as a member on YouTube if you want to. You can follow or sub on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter at SectionSkyly, and also join the Discord as well. Feel free to join over there if you want to. But yeah, should be back on Wednesday for another stream, and like I said, another video coming on Tuesday for members and Thursday for everyone else. yeah, hope you have a good week, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. See you guys.